This lady dropped money for a homeless woman and left. Suddenly, two thieves snatched her purse and ran. Inside, they found bundles of cash and 2 phones. Confused, they ran back. "Hey, we just robbed you. Don't you care?" But she even took off her Rolex and necklace. "Here, take these 2. Then she walked on. The thieves glanced at each other. "This lady's sick in the head, man." So they followed her. Moments later, they saw a speeding truck approaching. She was heading toward the road, not paying attention. One of them rushed and pulled her back just in time. "Are you insane? Do you want to die or what?" But she snapped. "Why did you save me? Please don't do that again." They stared at her. "Before you die, take us to your house so we can take more money." She agreed and brought them home. Then she took out stacks of cash, jewelry, and cards. "Take everything. I don't need them." But they refused. "We are homeless and poor, but you have everything one can dream of. Why are you giving up?" She finally broke down. "My husband died years ago. My 2 kids abandoned me. 7 years now. No calls. No one cares. It's very lonely at night. No one even notices I exist. So what am I even living for?" One thief knelt beside her. "Ma'am, it really hurts, but life is a precious gift. Some are begging God for one more day. Good and bad times come and go, but we should never be quick to throw away life." The other added, "We can be your family if you want." She wiped her tears and hugged them tightly. Yes, if what they said is true. You're probably thinking, how could she give away all that money? Well, that's exactly what her husband wanted. When he was alive, her husband made her promise that if anything happened to him, she would use their assets to help the less fortunate. And when he died, she spent most of her days fulfilling her promise. That's why she has little money left. She knows where most of it is invested. And by law, no one can touch it until she's gone. But she has nothing left to live for. Her kids left her after her husband died because she couldn't give them what they wanted. Plus, they were ashamed of her age. Yeah, her life was turned upside down after her husband passed away. She had no choice but to sell their big house and move into a small apartment. After all, she wasn't getting any younger and didn't want a huge place to clean all by herself. At first, it was hard. She missed her big house and garden, but she always thought of her husband and felt his presence around her, which gave her peace. However, years went by, and the pain of losing her husband didn't fade. In fact, it grew stronger. She was completely alone, and no one cared about her. One day, she received a call from her son asking for money. She told him she didn't have any, but he insisted, saying he needed it for school. So she sent him some. A few weeks later, he called again, this time asking for more. She asked what it was for, but he hung up before she could answer. That was the last straw. She decided it was time to let go of her pain. She called both her kids, invited them over, and told them she wanted to give them their inheritance early. She also told them she was going to give away most of her remaining money to those in need. Of course, they weren't happy hearing this. All they cared about was themselves. Once they got their money, they didn't even bother calling her again. She was completely alone, but she knew deep down she'd done the right thing. That's when she started spending most of her days helping others. But since the pandemic, it's been hard to find people begging on the streets. So she started leaving money on tables outside stores and restaurants, hoping someone would pick it up. Most times she'd leave money on park benches. Sometimes she'd bring food or blankets to those she met before. She'd been doing this for years, giving away most of her fortune. She didn't mind because she knew she'd made the right decision. That's why she didn't panic when those thieves robbed her. Sure, the cash she left on the table wasn't hers, but those people needed it more than she did. What mattered most was that they stayed away from her. But when they threatened her life, that changed everything. Those thieves made her realize how wrong she was. Luckily, they gave her a second chance, though. She'll never forget what they said. She'll never give up on living again.